Todd Harris along with Cameron Steele, Jamie Little reporting from the track as we get set to go with the 250 main event. And once again, we have got a sellout here. And Cameron, they've been doing it right here for a long time. Once again, a sold-out crowd. We want to thank the fans and all the Southern California Supercross fanatics that make this place the epicenter as the fans look on, ready to cheer on their favorite riders. We take a look at our Suzuki starting grid. It's Carmichael, Reed, Voss, Wyndham, LaRocco. It reads like a who's who of the sport. Cameron, you've been dead on tonight with the crystal ball. Who do you like?
Well, I'm definitely going to go Ricky Carmichael on the win, but I'm thinking maybe we might see some Kevin Wyndham on the hole shot. He lowered his starting device a little bit. They're getting good traction here, so his front end is tucked down just a little bit more than it has been. Maybe that will be the key to getting him off the line even quicker.
Ricky Carmichael once again running the helmet cam, kind of unheard of because he is the man, and he's running. Also, Nick Way, who had a great heat run, will be running the helmet cam as well. Our thanks to them for doing such a fantastic job. That's Nick Way you're looking at as he takes final visits. Final looks around. The 32nd board is sideways. It's the 250 main from Anaheim.
And it's definitely not going to be Kevin Wyndham.
It's going to be Michael Byrne, number 26, picking up the Butterfinger Chris Holshot Award. There was some confusion there because Ernesto Fonseca kind of pushed through and then he jumped in front of Ricky Carmichael. But it's Michael Byrne out in front with Ricky Carmichael currently running in second.
And that's bad news for everybody, because Ricky Carmichael is going to try to make the move. If he gets by Byrne, I'd be careful here. Michael Byrne got 2 hole shots here 2 years ago and 3 years ago. He has been looking great in practice. He's been working on Ricky, setting him up on the inside. Here we go. And Byrne tripling into the corner, but
oh, you got to be kidding me. Carmichael puts Byrne up high after Cameron pointed out. A fantastic move. Michael Byrne showing a little bit of aggression, trying a hard line to make a difference. It's Carmichael taking the green flag. Michael Byrne comes in second as they pass through and they drop to the right-hand side. And Chad Reed had his problems at the start, Cameron. Look at 22.
Look at that tangling up with Ernesto Fonseca. Fonseca getting pushed straight through. We know Chad's had some problems, but Chad keeps it on the track, goes along. Now remember, you can go through the track if you don't gain position, but I'm not sure how the AMA officials are going to rule that there with Ernesto.
Unbelievable as we quickly check in with Jamie Little.
Gosh, you guys, there's all kinds of things going on. Chad Reed went down in the first turn. He was dead last. He's working his way up. Sebastian Tortelli then went down into once. He's back up and running. We've got a Honda rider down, guys. I'll get back to you on that.
Well, Ricky Carmichael is out in front. We know that much. Michael Byrne has a comfortable second-place position. And here comes Ernesto Fonseca sitting in third. A guy, Cameron, that had to go to the semis to get into the main event. It's Fonseca now moving to third, but Ricky Carmichael out in front, and his margin is growing.
Well, this is definitely an interesting situation. Ricky Carmichael, clear-cut favorite, far out in front, but the guys falling behind. It's kind of a toss-up right now. Ernesto Fonseca's in there, but Jeremy McGrath is in this battle for a possible podium.
McGrath in 4th place, and I guarantee you if McGrath gets on the podium, Anaheim Angel Stadium will absolutely erupt. It is Carmichael out in front, Byrne and Fonseca, your top 3.
And it looks like...
You gotta be kidding me. Kevin Wyndham is the rider that was unidentified from this position because he was down in a corner. Kevin Wyndham is down. Jamie, what do you got?
You guys, Kevin Wyndham, you just called it. He's down and he's still sitting down. Right as I was about to say that, Jeremy McGrath went down. He's sitting up, but he looks to be in pain. The doctors are on it right now. We'll get back to you as we get updates.
You gotta be kidding me. With Wyndham and McGrath both going down almost in the same area, Cameron. The yellow flags came out, and we went from quite possibly having one of the most exciting finishes to just sheer disappointment, and Jeremy's face says it all.
Tough break for both those guys. McGrath frustrated. He was in a great position to get on to that podium. He's down there with the Asterisk medical crew. Doc Bodger's in the house, and he can see us down there, and this man right here.
I'm telling you, they called him a lot of things, but you might as well just call him a metronome because Ricky Carmichael has not missed a beat. He just does exactly what he needs to do, keeps a perfect beat, and right now, Cameron, he is riding flawlessly. Now, that's not to say he couldn't throw it away in a corner or lose it, but this really has opened things up with Kevin Wyndham and Jeremy both going down. So you've got Carmichael, Byrne, and Fonseca, your top 3, and Travis Preston is running in fourth. Welcome back to Supercross, Travis.
After the broken collarbone, Travis told me the race he was going to win today was his daytime qualifier, and he'd be stoked just to get in the main event. Stoked, heck, he's riding in the top 5 right now, but really, the big opportunity is for Michael Byrne. He needs this podium so badly.
As we are on board with Ricky Carmichael, here's the corner where Wyndham went down, and here's the corner where Jeremy McGrath went down. Carmichael having no problem scoring it off. When we come back, the 250 main continues. What will happen next? Welcome back to Angel Stadium. It's the THQ World Supercross GP and the THQ AMA Supercross Series. We're in Anaheim, California. Your leader continues to be that man, number 4, Ricky Carmichael, the all-time winningest rider in AMA history. And there you see the lap times, Cameron. He did burn off a 56-second lap time. And there you see the defending THQ World Supercross GP champion, number 13, Heath Voss, having his issues.
Tough night for a lot of riders. I mean, 125s and 250s. We talked about how this track is much more technical. When you're trying to hit your line every single time, that is when it gets sketchy. You get a line, you like it, you want to use it, ruts develop, riders are in the way, you get a little cross-rutted, anything can happen.
I talked to a few of the riders, and to a man, every one of them said this is the most difficult track they've had all year long, and it is showing tonight is that it's already taken out Jeremy McGrath and Kevin Wyndham. They have gone down and gone down hard. Both of them are going to be okay. But Ernesto Fonseca has moved up, and there's Travis Preston. Here comes David Villeman on the Yamaha.
Well, Travis Preston and Ernesto Fonseca not getting that small double after the whoops. David Villeman reeling right up. The Cobra has not been on the podium yet this year. This is a great opportunity for him to move inside. Look at that. Preston gives him the line. Remember, we talked about Preston not having the stamina. He's just been back on the motorcycle from the broken collarbone. He gives the line up. He's happy to be riding out there in the top 5 right now.
Meanwhile, Ricky Carmichael, your leader, his lead is over 10 seconds over second place Michael Byrne, but Chad Reed has slowly moved up. Remember, he was back in the pack 13th, 14th. He is now up to 6th place. So Chad Reed on the charge. And Cameron, what a salvage this would be if Chad Reed could get on the podium with Kevin Wyndham not in the race.
Certainly, and it would definitely show the fortitude that the champion brings to the series after the injury to his neck and then the crash earlier today in practice, missing that second practice. And you can see Preston is getting tired back there. He's a little bit all over the place in the whoops, missing that double again. I think Villeman's going to set up Fonseca here relatively shortly. Villeman, a smart rider, he'll know. He'll look to the inside here. It looks like he's already setting up to go inside, but Ernesto's coming in to protect it.
Well, Ernesto Fonseca's been well documented. He's got an injury to his left heel. I got to wonder how much that's going to affect his fitness level as we approach the halfway point. Is he going to start getting tired because he has not been able to work out as much? And David Villeman may know that and may be looking for the line. Right now, let's check in with Jamie.
Well, Todd, you're talking about Ernesto Fonseca. After his heat race win, I said, how's it feel? And he said, well, I got it injected, but the weird thing is my entire foot is numb. And that is his shifter foot, guys. He's got his work cut out for him right now.
That's not a good feeling, Cameron.
He's got a blue freight train coming up behind him as well.
David Villeman trying to move past Ernesto, and he takes no mercy on his injury to his left foot. Villeman shows him a little tired, but in doing so, he gives up a position to Chad Reed. So David Villeman trying to get crafty there, and the Australian goes right by him.
The factory Yamaha rider riding for Thor and Etnies as well as Scott. And I'm really impressed with what Chad Reed is bringing right now.
Oh, no question about it. If Chad Reed, as I said, could get on the podium tonight, what a huge accomplishment for him. Now, he has turned the second fastest lap time tonight, second only to Ricky Carmichael's 57.
Well, the truth is, Ricky's almost 2 seconds a lap faster than the field. That's scary fast.
No question. Ricky Carmichael is absolutely a metronome. He is on fire tonight and just working it. And look at Chad Reed tucking right in behind Ernesto Fonseca. Fonseca currently sits in third, and Chad Reed coming up close on a podium position.
Well, let's see here if Chad known for his whoop speed, sets up to the outside. Watch the drive. You see Ernesto drop in, and that should be all it takes for Chad to get right on by, but using that outside line again, giving the opportunity for Ernesto to make a run inside.
Well, Chad's going to be frustrated with not getting the victory tonight. I really thought, Cameron, personally, if there was going to be a victory tonight by Chad Reed, it would be on this track because it is so technical. It's something he excels at.
And what's really interesting here, Fonseca getting a little bit of handlebar from David Villeman. I was just going to say, it's amazing to watch Chad Reed come right on by both those riders, and it took Villeman a while to get by Fonseca.
Well, there's a graphic that says it all. He was in 14th position, and in 12 laps, he has moved into third. McGrath obviously went down, as did Wyndham. And here's Nick Way on board having a nice little battle.
Nick Way just kind of safely circling the track right now in 8th place. He has Vallejo behind him, and also Evans, but you can see he's got relatively clear space, as you can see there. And it doesn't look like he's really attacking in all the corners, but again, we're moving on later in the race, and Nick, definitely known for his training, I would expect him to be able to wick it up now and start picking up positions.
Nick Way, number 27, currently sitting in 8th place, was battling there for Mike LaRocca, with Mike LaRocca, excuse me, for a while, and LaRocca just decided to pull away. Meanwhile, a little note on the side is Joe Aloff had to pull off the track. Bike was unable to start, and so he is trying to kick it over, but he is losing positions valuably. As we look at the 2nd place position of Michael Byrne, the man who got the Butterfinger Chris pole shot, Cameron, out in front, and I guarantee the guys at Inside Dirt, the official weekly online magazine, are going to have something to say about his impressive performance. We'll be back to Anaheim, California for the conclusion of the 250 main. Can Michael Byrne stay in 2nd, or will his Australian mate reel him in? Stay with us. Welcome back to Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. It's the 250 main event of the THQ World Supercross GP and the THQ AMA Supercross Series. Chad Reed has now moved into 2nd place. For a guy who started on the green flag lap in 14th, this is an amazing job. Cameron, a masterful job of really saving his points, because with Kevin Wyndham going down, Chad Reed is going to just make great gains. And for a guy who's in 14th, what a great job. Kids watching at home, this is the kind of guy you want to watch, because when he goes down, he doesn't quit. He just gets on his pony, as Cameron would say. Let's look at the pass one more time that he made on Michael Byrne. They battled for about a lap and a half, and he finally got it done right here.
Well, Burner was trying to do some sections that Chad wasn't doing, but Chad just carrying so much speed, and I think Burner just knew that he wasn't ready to battle, and I think he's going to be very happy. I'm still very confused why Michael Byrne is using that single there before you go into the finish line as well.
Ricky Carmichael continues to lead by a lot. Chad Reed has now moved into 2nd place, and Michael Byrne holds down 3rd. But Chad Reed has done, you know, the sections in there, Cameron, that he's done such a great job. Unfortunately, he had that little incident at the very start of the race where he crashed, and there he is taking a glance over his shoulder. Just wanted to find out exactly where he was. Let's look at this Butterfinger replay once again. This is the start of the race. Watch number 22 in the middle of your screen.
So Burner coming through on this left side, just came with the goods and crossed just in front of Carmichael.
The Butterfinger Chris pole shot replay shows that Michael Byrne will pick up the win there, and I thought we'd get a good look at Chad Reed. You just missed him out of the corner of the picture, but Chad Reed got tangled up with some tough blocks. Fortunately, he was able to keep the bike running. Cameron, I just can't say enough about the job that Chad's done coming from 14th, now ready to 2nd.
And the question mark about the neck, I mean, Chad just shaking it off, no pun intended, but I mean, it's been impressive to watch, and I'm watching Chad riding right now. He's not throwing in the towel either. He is constantly attacking.
So as Chad Reed has a comfortable position for 2nd.
Oh, and Byrne made a mistake.
Byrne makes a slight mistake, and that closes the gap just a little bit for David Villeman. So Villeman now trying to get on the podium in 2005, and Michael Byrne, who got the whole shot, has been sliding backwards. Now, can he hold up the Frenchman and David Villeman? Look at Villeman square that off.
Well, Villeman no stranger to winning. He has 7 250 Supercross wins. Look at him going to the inside, trying to get Byrne, and he doesn't need to get pushy right now. He has enough time in this lap to really make a move stick, and then he's still got another lap to go.
David Villeman showing a little bit of impatience right there, wanting to get around Michael Byrne. He can smell that podium, trying to get around Byrne, and you got to wonder mentally how Michael Byrne is going from 1st to 2nd, now 3rd, and quite possibly looking at getting pushed off the podium.
That would be very disappointing, but still it would be a great finish. I just think we need to see Byrne really fight for this position right now to show what he's capable of. He doesn't want to give up the spot to Villeman.
No question about that. David Villeman, number 12. They call him the Cobra on the factory Yamaha Motor Corp Bridgestone sponsored ride. Doing it up for all his sponsors, including Dragon Optics, and Michael Byrne right now trying to hold him off and keep him out of that podium. And Billerman goes once again to the inside line. Byrne comes out quicker. And Cameron, we talked about the splits of the time. That is where Michael Byrne is able to keep David Billerman at bay.
It is for sure, and the way the AMA has their timing set up, we can see that Michael Byrne in the whoops alone was the 4th fastest. Billerman 7th fastest in practice.
White flag is out. We're on the final lap. Let's check in with Jamie Little.
Todd, just a quick update on a few riders that are out. Jeremy McGrath earlier went down hard, knocked the wind out of himself. He was unable to continue. Kevin Windham landed on his backside pretty hard. He's going in to get checked out for his lower back. Keith Foss is the latest. I guess the packing from his silencer came out, got wrapped up in his sprocket. He was unable to finish. Tough break for those guys tonight, guys.
It sure was, Jamie. And speaking of the McGrath crash, let's take a look at it. MC looked like he just carried more speed into the section than Ernesto Fonseca, who's going for the brakes early. Uncharacteristic to see MC on the ground. A tough break for him. But the guy with all the brakes was the yellow number 4. He was on it.
Your winner, 250 Main, Richard Joseph Carmichael, breaking something off, and he gets the victory. Ricky gets yet another win for Suzuki. When we come back, we'll talk to him.